Hi guys, welcome to Victory IAS and to 2-year current affairs rapid revision series. From many days we are discussing national issues. Today we will move to a new topic, that is important bills. Whatever the important bills introduced by government since 2-3 years, past 2-3 years, that we will discuss here. Okay, the first section in this is international bills. In international bills, what are the decisions the parliament has taken? So the first bill is India Antarctica bill. India Antarctica bill. Okay, this is nothing but to use Antarctica for peaceful purposes. This is like a treaty, international treaty is there on Antarctica, that we know. But inside India, how to implement this treaty? So to implement inside India, we need some legislation or bill. Means to implement Antarctica treaty, to use Antarctica for peaceful purposes, we need a bill or rule that will be followed inside India. Okay, so it will be, so the citizens of India will be aware that they can't use Antarctica for research and all, nuclear explosion, research, whatever may be the activities that destroy the peaceful ambience of Antarctica, that are not allowed. Okay, so the Lok Sabha passed India Antarctica Bill 2022 under obligations as signatory to Antarctica Treaty. To dematerialize Antarctica, establish zone free of nuclear tests and disposal of radioactive waste. Nuclear tests are not allowed inside Antarctica. And disposed wastes also not allowed. And to ensure that it is used for peaceful purposes only, and to promote international scientific cooperation in Antarctica, set aside disputes over territorial sovereignty. Okay, so to maintain the territorial integrity and sovereignty, that is the ambition of this bill. So like this one treaty, one understanding is there in international level, that every citizen of India must know. Then only no companies will plan something inside Antarctica premises. That's why this bill was passed by Lok Sabha. Okay, so need for legislation. What? So the Antarctica Treaty, signed in 1959 and implemented in 1961, made mandatory for 54 signatory countries to specific laws governing territories on which their stations are located. So in the Antarctica Treaty, that was signed between 1959 and 61, made 54 countries are signatory to this. They have to follow the Antarctica peace rules. Okay, so India signed this treaty. India also signed this treaty in 1983. Therefore, a law was needed to preserve the pristine Antarctic environment and ocean around it. So, to make the citizens of India follow the Antarctica treaty rules, there is some legislation, a bill was needed. Okay, India is also a member of Commission for Conservation of Antarctica Marine Living Resources. Okay, there is a commission. In that also India is a member. Council of Managers of National Antarctica Program. This is under council. Under council also India is a member. And Scientific Committee of Antarctica Research, SCAR. Scientific Committee of Antarctica Research. In all these committees, India is also member. So India must follow Antarctica peace rules. Key features of the bill. What are the key features? Applicability. It will apply to any person, foreigner, corporation, firm, vessel or aircraft that is part of Indian expedition to Antarctica. It applies to everyone. Some people want to explore Antarctica, so they will go there. So visit is okay. Visit is fine. But they can't make nuclear operations or they can't dump waste there. That is not allowed. Okay. So Central Committee, 10 members to be nominated from various ministries to experts. So they are also forming a members panel to take care of all these activities. Suppose some citizens are going into expedition into Antarctica, they should not do not permissible activities, that they will take care through one central committee. That committee consists of 10 members to be nominated from various ministries. They will be nominated from various ministries and 2 experts on the Antarctica research and chairman secretary of Ministry of Earth Sciences. So it also contains 2 experts of on Antarctica and Ministry of Earth Sciences. So it will give permits, ensure compliance and review information provided by parties to the treaty. So when a person is going to visit Antarctica, they has to get a permit and they must know the rules, aware of the rules. That this committee will do the work of giving permits and telling the rules and so private tours expeditions to Antarctica would be prohibited without a permit or written authorization by member country. So when they are going into an expedition to Antarctica, they must get a permit from not only India, but from 54 countries who are signed the Antarctica Treaty. Okay, but inside India, from Indian citizen, if going on a visit exploration to Antarctica, he must get a permit from 10-member panel. He must know the rules also. For that, one committee is constituted inside India. So a permit can be granted only after environment impact assessment and waste management plan prepared. Okay, this permit will be provided only after checking how the expedition will be, is it safe or not to Antarctica. They are going to do some research, dangerous research there, or they are going to waste some dump. Based on that, they will give the permit. Okay, prohibited activities. What are the prohibited activities in Antarctica? Nuclear explosion, disposal of radioactive wastes and non-sterile soil, discharge of garbage, plastic, other substances into the sea, even garbage, taking garbage. Some countries, what they do, they can't dispose of technology items. Every year many mobiles will be dumped. So they can't dump this waste anywhere. So what they will do, they will go into Antarctica, is a remote place, so they can go and dump there. But this is not allowed. Any type of garbage, plastic, other substances into the sea which is harmful to the marine environment. So to preserve the biodiversity and marine environment of Antarctica, that is the ambition of this bill. Offences and penalties. What are the offences and penalties will be declared here. Extend to Indian courts to Antarctica. That will applicable to Indian courts for Antarctica. Means Indian courts can legislate on that thing. They can give a judgment whether they do an offence. If offence is done, what is the penalty? Conducting nuclear explosion in Antarctica will be punishable with an imprisonment of 20 years. Nuclear research in Antarctica, if they do nuclear research in Antarctica, they will get 20 years jail and 50 crore penalty. Fine. Any company or any firm, if they do nuclear research in Antarctica, they will get 50 crores fine and 20 years jail. And drilling mineral resources or introduction non-native animals or plants in Antarctica without permit will be punishable with imprisonment of 7 years and fine between 10 lakh to 50 lakh. If they do any other activities like drilling and dumping and introduction of any new animal there, then they will get 7 years prison and 10 to 50 lakh fine. Central government may notify one or more session courts to designated court under the bill. So the designated court and session courts also work on this type of cases. Specified territorial jurisdiction to try offences punishable under the bill. They also mention the map from where the jurisdiction of Antarctica is applicable for fines or penalties. Means like within 20 kilometers radius, 50 kilometers radius, like this the rules will be given in the map. So in 20 kilometers you can't dump any waste. In 50 kilometers you can't create a nuclear company. Like that rules will come. So what is Antarctica fund here? Some countries have, all countries, 54 countries who are signed the Antarctica treaty, they have made an Antarctica fund for development of Antarctica region. That is what? For welfare of Antarctica research work and protection of Antarctica environment, establishes Committee on Antarctica Government and Environment Protection, Antarctica Treaty. Okay. So the ambition of this fund is to protection of Antarctica environment, and also research work also supported by this fund. Apart from this, it establishes a committee on Antarctica governance and environment protection. So Antarctica is a land of ice shelf south of 60 degrees south latitude. In the globe, down place Antarctica will be there. So Antarctica Treaty is one of, like, it is in South Pole, almost at South Pole Antarctica will exist. So Antarctica Treaty is one example of single treaty that governs the whole continent. It is a treaty that governs the whole Antarctica continent. So who are the signatories here? Argentina, Australia, Belgium, Chile, France, Japan, New Zealand, Norway, South Africa, Union of South Socialist Republics, UK and US. These all countries are signatories to the Antarctica Treaty. Currently there are 54 members including India, and the headquarters is in Argentina, Buenos Aires. It is a place in Argentina, that is the headquarters of Antarctica Treaty. So who is the nodal agency? National Center for Antarctica and Ocean Research, NCPOR, is the nodal agency under Ministry of Earth Sciences that is connected to the treaty. It is established in 1998. So what is India's Antarctica program? You might read this section in geography also. In world geography, you will get an Antarctica section. So in this you might be heard of what are the India programs that are going in Antarctica. That is number 1, Dakshin Gangotri. It was first Indian scientist research base station that is established in Antarctica for research activities. Whether means their soil, water, weather, and whatever the natural vegetation is there, forests are there, on that the research will go on. And Maitri, one more thing, finished in 1980, situated near Shirmacher Oasis. India has also built a freshwater lake around it called Lake Priyadarshini. The India has also built a lake near to it that is called Lake Priyadarshini. Bharati, this is a research facility established in 2012. Sagar Nidhi, this is a research facility established in 2008. It is first Indian vessel to navigate Antarctica waters. This background just you have to remember. Okay. So Dakshin Gangotri, Maitri, Sagar Nidhi. Okay, these are expeditions you have to remember in geography point of view.